Hey everybody, Rebecca here. I'm going to walk you through downloading UCINET and doing the install. So I've just opened up Google, whatever favorite browser you have, and asked for a UCINET download. And here's the page, the sites.google.com. And we come to the download page. Please feel free to read all this information under files, but I'm going to tell you what most of it says anyway. So I'm working on a Windows, so I'm going to do the Windows installation. I do have a 64-bit computer, but I'm going to do the 32-bit installation because it works better. And the latest version here. If you're interested in older versions, he has them all archived, and so you can go and you can pick an earlier version, but for us to be in class all on the same page, let's do the latest one. So this is as of September 6th, the latest version. I'm just going to click on it. You can read about it, and we're going to do the download. Okay, I'm going to save this download to my desktop just to make it a little easier on me. So I'm just going to pull it off and save it to desktop. That was my browser, Firefox. If you got a different browser, whatever you do, get it saved somewhere that you like your setup files. We're actually done with this, but I'm going to go ahead and just keep this open for the time being. So if you want to refer to any of this, I'll point you back to it. It does tell you that Windows is going to tell you that it's a dangerous software. And then he has this thing here. This just means we haven't sought out, read, paid for Microsoft certification. So trust it. I've had it on my computer forever, and a lot of other people do too. So it's totally reputable. I think that's all you need to know at the moment. Right click, and we're going to run this as administrator. You may not have any problem if you don't run as administrator, but if you do, you really won't have any problems. And a standard installation is just fine. Yes, we're going to accept. So you guys get a 60-day trial on this. Once you purchase, as long as it's like UCINET 6, you can always do upgrades for free. So I purchased a long time ago a student license. It was $40, and I've got UCINET 6 for the rest of my life, or its life. And then at some point, if he ever does UCINET 7, then I'll get to choose if I want to upgrade to that or not. All right, so it is officially installed on my computer. I just clicked on it. You can see here's all the different stuff. It came with eNet, it came with NetDraw, and it came with a nice little handy-dandy installation exercise, which I will upload to Canvas for you guys. But we're going to walk through a lot of it at the moment now. So if that's all you have time for, and you want to say, great, I've got it installed on my computer, that's fine, you're good to go. I'll see you in class. Otherwise, stick with me, and I'll walk you through some of this installation exercise just to make sure you've got things right. Okay, so first time you run in UCINET, they recommend, again, running it as administrator. So right-click, run as administrator. After you do this one time, you don't have to. You can just run it regularly. But this is just to get it set up. So the very first thing that they have you do in the exercise is set your working directory to where these data files from UCINET are. So down here in this right-hand, bottom right, there's a little file cabinet. Click on the file cabinet. If you hover over it, it says something like set default folder. You can see I've got it set somewhere that I don't necessarily want it. I want it to be documents UCINET and not send it to the workshop data output. Yours may already be where it needs to go. It should say something like your name, documents, UCINET data. If it's not, just come back to my computer, and you're going to look for your username and then your name will be on there generally when you've got your operating system installed. And then documents, under documents, there should be UCINET data, and that's it. This is a folder you want to use as your default folder. You saw that I had another subdirectory on there. You won't have that because you haven't been playing around with UCINET yet, which is totally fine. Now you're almost really good to go, but we want to just check a couple of things. And this again is still in that installation exercise, so you don't have to have me walk you through it if you don't want to. You want to hit this little D right here. This is display, and it's asking what shows up as a set of choices. Well, what do you want me to display? Here's all these different files, and I have them sorted by date modified and not by the name, but you can just click up here and sort them however you want. And in the installation guide, he recommends opening Paget. So we're going to scroll down and find Paget, and you just click on it. There's Paget. Now see, you've got Paget Uni, Paget W. Those are because I played around with it back, you can see, in July or in May, and I created some extra files from the main one, so you won't see everything that I've got. You just want to go to this Paget file, click on it, open it up. It's taking its time, and it displays it for you. Now, if life is good, which generally it is, it should look pretty much like this. There will be a couple of things that are different. I have my default to WordPad as opposed to what the default comes with, which I think is Notepad. I'm going to just put you on hold. I'll come back. I'm going to change this to Notepad so that you'll see what it looks like when you open it up. So bear with me. Okay, I'm back. And you can see up here it says Notepad where it used to say WordPad. If it doesn't look nice and clean like this, and believe me, this is nice and clean. Basically, they've taken these really long names here, Asio, whatever, Uli, and have compressed them into these tiny little columns. So that's why it looks that way, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's just scrunched up. But it could look really wacky. And so if it does, you want to come up here to Format and Word Wrap. So if Word Wrap is checked, see how right now there's that check mark? That can mess it up. So you want to make sure that Word Wrap is not checked. And then the other thing is it may have a weird font. So right now we've got it on Courier New, which is exactly where it should be. But for example, what if we had it on this script thing? Then it's going to look like that, and it's just going to be a mess. So you come up here, Format, Font, and pick that Courier New, which will work on all machines, ideally on all machines. And that's it. You're good to go. I'll see you in class on Thursday with UCINET in tow, and we'll have some fun. Bye-bye.